for business. And the good news is you don't have to wait for it to occur. For it's happening right now in Fairfax County, Virginia. The perfect place to relocate a business. Call this toll-free number and we'll send you a Fairfax County brochure. Of course, if you were already in the 21st century, you could just call up the information on your screen and print out a hard copy right there in your den. But you're not, so we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Call toll-free and we'll drop it in the mail. It may take a few days, but that's the price you pay for living in the past.
The battlefield of the first American dream. A world premiere event. The American Revolution, beginning November 27th on A&E.
A&E's Screening Room is brought to you in part by Land Rover's Discovery, the most extraordinary family vehicle ever designed, and by Merrill Lynch.
Next on Screening Room.
Time of peace, prepare for war.
I believe it would be in your best interests if you gave up command of the Third Army.
You're relieving me? Oh, stupid, idiotic things to happen.
Starring George C. Scott, Richard Dysart. The Last Days of Patton. Next.
Well, I'm in the States for a month on a war bond selling tour. The war may be over in Europe, but we still have the Japs to lick. And our boys will do it, too, with your bonds and their blood.
Will you be joining General MacArthur in the Pacific?
Oh, I've been appointed pro-consul of Bavaria.
But would you like to go to the Pacific?
Yes, I'd love to go and fight the Japanese.
Mrs. Patton, how long has it been since you've seen the General?
2 years and 7 months. When he left, he told me he thought he'd die fighting. It seems a miracle that he's back, even if it is just for a short leave.
How long have you and the General been married?
35 years.
Oh, General Patton, sir, could you tell our readers your secret for a long and happy marriage?
Well, to begin with, you have to start off with marrying the right person. Now, as to what Beatrice got out of the bargain, you'll have to ask her. I think she got cheated with. We seem wicked somehow to cause such a wonderful girl to love such a fool. But we're shaped to the fashion by what we love, and in that condition, I've always been a very, very lucky man.
Mrs. Patton, does the General talk in his sleep?
No. But if he ever does, I'll give him my undivided attention.
Mrs. Patton,
Yes.
As the wife of a famous general who is frequently in the headlines for being outspoken, do you have anything to say for the American press?
Now, be careful now, Pete.
Well, I respect all that is fair and courageous in the press. I would only ask you to understand that my husband is a tough perfectionist.
Well, General, would you give us a statement?
Well, gentlemen, I'm a soldier first and last. I'm not a politician, not a diplomat, not a statesman, and I make no alibis for the things that I say. Now, if you'll forgive me, my family and I are leaving for California. I want to pay a visit to my boyhood church in San Gabriel and give thanks to God before I go back to Germany.
Good luck, General.
In charge here. What's the commandant? Let that colonel through. So this is the famous SS, the elite of the German army. Yes, you understand me. Pull yourself together, Colonel. The appearance of you and your men is a disgrace. You look like a bunch of vagrants at a convention of tramps. Now, by tomorrow, I want you cleaned up and ready for inspection. We're going to have a little spit and polish around here. Ought to be ashamed of yourself. Verstanden? I'm going to use the POWs.
For what?
For work.
We have no advisories authorizing their use.
The hell with the advisory. We need wood cut. Every family should have enough wood to heat at least one room throughout the winter. Let the POWs cut it. Charlie, I saw your dad in the States. I'll send you his letter. Good to see you again. I'm just going to say a few words to the boys. All right, break ranks, everybody, and come up around here. Gather around here where I can see you. You can hear me. You are awful. Well, we've got a big job here. Feeding and housing displaced Germans. getting a decent government going. And it's not going to be easy. Keeping the peace is a battle, too. When war is over, you just don't sit back on your fannies and stop fighting. War and peace are two sides of the same coin. You've got to be prepared to squash the next little wallpaper hanger that comes along. That's what most people don't seem to understand about preparedness. They think that we've vanquished the last tyrant on earth. Well, they're wrong. Every generation breeds new ones. In time of peace, prepare for war. Those aren't my words, gentlemen. Those are the words of General George Washington. Thank you. Carry on.
Gentlemen, I'd like to introduce General Patton.
Be seated, please, gentlemen. As you know, I've been appointed military governor of Bavaria. That means that I am responsible for the welfare of the entire civilian population. And we have a lot of problems here. Food, clothing, medicine, fuel, in short, survival. In my estimation, this issue takes precedent over purging local governments of minor officials who have been accused, without proof, of paying lip service to the Nazi Party. Now, you people are here today because you are the men who run Bavaria. You know how to get the job done. All I can say about that is that whatever your past affiliations, if you do them well, you will keep your jobs. Which of you is Minister-President Schaefer?
I am, General.
Dr. Schaefer, there are those in the American government who believe that the German economy should be broken. Needless to say, I'm not one of them. But I want you and your cabinet to put Bavaria on its feet before winter. If it is not, you will answer to me.
Yes, General.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's all. Yes?
Excuse me, General, but these just came in.
What are they?
This one is civilian hospitals. This is fuel availability. This is water supply. Here's railroad. This one's electric power.
Fine.
These require signatures.
Later.
Oh, and this is the redeployment policy.
That'll be all. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Sorry, sir. Sir, it's General Bedell Smith on the phone.
That's what I was afraid of. Yes, Bedell. Well, I'm carrying out Ike's orders as fast as I can. I don't care about the professor's report. Yes, I've read it. My concern here is to get enough wood to keep people from freezing to death this winter, not to kick out every little file clerk who said Heil Hitler. Yep. Beetle, it took me 40 weeks to conquer this part of Germany. Now, it's going to take a reasonable amount of time to replace all the officials who were Nazis. You can't do it overnight, huh? Even if it means turning the local government into a shambles? Yeah, well, I'll keep that in mind.
to all units. With reference to the promotion system, I see no reason why...
Excuse me,
Georgie, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I just want to get rid of these lousy cigars. I'm going to stop smoking them. Good. You can have them.
Where was I?
With reference to the promotion system, I see no reason.
I see no... George? George, are you okay?
Sure, I'm fine. I suppose you heard that my transfer to the Pacific is out?
You just might still go to China.
I doubt it. Unless Doug MacArthur steps on a landmine.
Let's face it, he's the one who's pulling the strings. He just doesn't want the competition.
Yeah. 2 prima donnas is 1 too many. Now I got Beetle Smith on my back. Apparently he speaks for Ike nowadays. According to the Beetle, Ike is unhappy with my efforts at denazifying this place. He wants a clean sweep now. Everyone with any Nazi affiliation is out of his butt. That means I'm supposed to fire the entire Schaefer cabinet and refill it with displaced Jews and communists who don't know anything about running the country. Well, the hell with it.
Every civil servant in Germany paid homage to the party. If he didn't, he was out of a job.
I think it's stupid. I'm going to drag my feet as long as I can.
Watch out for Beetle. He's Ike's official hatchet man.
He's son of a bitch is what he is.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment here on A&E.
I won't go. The jungle is impenetrable. Swamps, marshes, jagged mountain ridges, icy cliffs, raging rivers, Arctic winds, quicksand, dust storms, torrential rains. I stay here, but I have a Range Rover. Okay, I bring the kids.
Range Rover. No other luxury car can make you this comfortable. Never had things exactly my way. My childhood, my parents planned that. Then came the kids and the house. Retirement? I'll call it freedom. To be that kid that still wants to play. But I have to make sure the money will last.
Take control of your future. A plan from Merrill Lynch can show you how. And a Merrill Lynch financial consultant has more ways to make the plan work for you than anyone else. The difference is planning. The difference is Merrill Lynch.
Hi, honey. I'm home. I'm just kidding. Mind if I ask you about your new Hewlett-Packard DeskJet 540 printer?
Hang on.
I'm hanging. Quite a smart choice, wouldn't you say? By the looks of these, I can see you've been hard at work this evening. Yeah, diligently working away as your faithful DeskJet 540 prints out page after great-looking page.
Oh!
What's wrong?
I missed a 2-foot putt.
Don't you hate that? The new DeskJet 540 printer from Hewlett-Packard.
Now, here's a company that's been taking care of business for almost 50 years. The Dearborn Sausage Company.
Taking care of business.
The owner, Don Kosh, learned how to make sausages from his father, an authentic Hungarian Wurstmeister. And these people, they're the Office Meisters, because when they want low prices on office products, they just call Office Depot and get next-day delivery. Did you ever try to send one of these through a fax machine?
Taking care of business.
Now, big cleaning performance, lightweight and cordless. New Boss Light cleans bare floors, then turn on the brush roll for carpets. So affordable you'll want two. Cordless Boss Light from Eureka, the next generation.
This is a regular eyeglass lens. This is a microthin lens from Pearl Vision. The microthin lens is 20% thinner, making it lighter and more comfortable. As for your old lenses, we're sure you'll find something to do with them. Microthin lenses at Pearl.
We now return to The Last Days of Patton, starring George C. Scott.
General Eisenhower, General Smith has arrived.
It's about time. Send him in.
Yes, sir. You may go in, General.
Thank you. You're late.
Sorry,
Okay, let's have it. Is he going to follow my directive or not?
He says he needs more time.
More time. An order is an order. What's the American Army doing in Germany if not to rid the administration of Nazis?
George calls them ex-Nazis.
Bull. They're Nazis in my book. How many of them does George have in key positions?
Schaefer's the main one, and there are 20 under him. 20? He's also got a whole entourage of Nazis on his household staff. You know, Ike, it seems to me that with the chief of staff job coming up in Washington, wind of this could become a stumbling block to your appointment. It all reflects back on you, you know.
I should have sent George home after he slapped that soldier in Sicily.
We believe that 2 in his household are with the Nazi Secret Service, which is still operating.
I'm going to go talk with him, have this out. I'll fly to Munich tomorrow. You want to come?
No, I better not. George hates my guts.
You going riding this morning, General?
Yes.
What'd you like for breakfast, sir?
Oh, just orange juice. How long you been with me, George?
About a year, sir.
And what do I always have for breakfast?
Just orange juice.
Anything else?
No, sir.
And why in hell do you ask me every morning what I want for breakfast?
More than I don't ask. More than you ask for ham and eggs.
These are magnificent animals.
Well, they come from France.
How did you come by them?
Well, Baron, you might say the Third Army liberated them.
I see.
Sad. Almost every boy in America knows how to run a car, but very few of them understand anything about horses. I suppose they think that horses run on gasoline. Yes. I guess if you have to govern Bavaria, this is a good place to do it from. You know, I have no animosity towards professional soldiers like yourself who fought against me.
I'm grateful to hear that, General.
Yeah, well, I enjoy our talks.
It's been a revelation to meet an American general who is informed about the communist aim in Europe.
I'm informed, all right. Trouble is, most of my rubber-legged colleagues are scared to death of offending the Bolsheviks. They think that treaties and votes will keep the wolf at bay.
The fatherland must be saved. Germany will need a champion.
I've done everything I can. There's never been a better chance of producing a war as we have in Europe right now. The German troops I'm holding, and my own men, I could push the Russians all the way back to Moscow.
Georgie.
You old horse thief. What's new down at Shape?
Oh, things are going very well. I've gotten reports that conditions in certain DP camps are deteriorating. So I decided to come see for myself. And since this happened to be on the way, well, I guess I just wanted to see you.
Well, you know, I'm always glad to see you.
Georgie, how long have we known each other?
20, 25 years. Let's see, Camp Colt, Pennsylvania, 1918. My God, how young we were. Starting off into the unknown. You're my oldest friend.
I remember once you told me you thought your life and mine were under the protection of some supreme fate.
I didn't know that my life would largely depend on you, though. You could easily have forgotten me after that incident in Sicily. But you gave me Third Army instead.
I claim an almost proprietary interest in you, Georgie. I have. I have taken a lot of stands for you.
I know you have. I'm grateful.
But friendship is one thing, and our professional relationship is another. As you know, I've announced a firm policy for denazifying local administrations.
Even if they fall apart?
Yes, but they won't.
That's debatable.
Not anymore. The debatable stage of the question, long past. Any opposition to the faithful execution of my order will not be regarded leniently by me, friend or no friend.
Yes, sir.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Oh, well, I'm the kind of light that likes to bend around. You can point me left or right, or hang me upside down. But I'm not the kind of light you have to hang on to. Just use me when you need three hands, but you've got only two, 'cause I'm the snake light. They call me the snake light.
It's the hands-free flexible flashlight, new from Black & Decker.
Yeah, well, the snake lights from Black & Decker. We get around, 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 around.
We're in show business. We're having fun. We're ringmasters of one of the greatest circuses of all time. Wow, that's great. California has a very special meaning around the world. It's about freedom. It's about choices. How about a pizza with potato on it? Peking duck. Thai chicken. We have watched where businesses have limited ways in which the customer pays. And when our customer reaches for an American Express card, we gladly accept it.
American Express is welcome to wherever fresh ideas are cooking. So dine out, America.
I won't go. The jungle is impenetrable. Swamps, marshes, jagged mountain ridges, icy cliffs, raging rivers, Arctic winds, quicksand, dust storms, torrential rains. I stay here, but I have a Range Rover. Okay, I bring the kids.
Range Rover. No other luxury car can make you this comfortable.
Screening Room will return after these messages.
Godspeed, John Glenn.
All the moments.
John F. Kennedy died at approximately 1 o'clock.
The shared memories. All the people who've shaped our world.
The American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
The events we'll never forget.
As they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God.
All the times we've heard about and talked about.
I have a dream.
All the passion.
The greatest champion of all time.
The pain.
Well, I'm not a crime.
And the joy. All of history. All in one place. Coming January 1st. The History Channel. Call your cable operator today and begin your historic journey. Screening Room now continues with The Last Days of Patton.
Over here. Oh, that's good, yes.
Er seid deutsche Soldaten. Er seid deutsche Soldaten. Nun, reicht um! Achtung auf! Company! Achtung!
Der General!
Tell us, General, do you think the denazification program can be carried out by commanders who are temperamentally and emotionally in disagreement with it?
I don't think we have anyone like that.
Oh? Now, what about General Patton? Isn't he opposed?
No.
General Smith, are you familiar with General Patton's most recent statement on Saturday?
I'm not prepared to discuss that now.
Well, he said, and I quote, "It is no more possible for a man to have been a civil servant in Germany and not have paid lip service to Nazism than it is for a man to be a postmaster in America and not have paid lip service to the Democratic or Republican parties when in power." Do you agree with General Patton's analogy?
Miss McNulty, I'm sure General Patton didn't mean to equate the Republican Party with the Nazi Party.
Those are his own words.
He also said that he personally never saw any necessity to denazify, since 98% of the Nazis were pushed into it anyway.
General Patton is a soldier and will carry out his orders.
General Smith.
General Smith, is it true that former Nazis are still holding office in Bavaria?
As I said, General Patton will carry out his orders.
So, das wär's. Es funktioniert. Ausgezeichnet.
This canal in operation, General. Transport between Munich and the southern cities will be facilitated. Barges with food and fuel will supply hundreds of thousands in need. There, General. And we will have 2 more canals fully repaired before winter.
Good work, Doctor. Congratulate your people, folks. Whatever their sentiments a year ago, they know how to get the work done. The Russians would have taken 2 years to repair the locks. Then they would have had the water running the wrong way.
Very good, General.
That's high praise coming from you.
When did you learn the skill?
Baron, I'm an old saber-rattling cavalryman from way back.
No wonder.
Hey, help.
You're looking good, George.
Yeah, well, the Baron's got a wicked attack. Too bad you're not one of them pinko journalists we had over here on Saturday.
But without the padded vest. More problems with the press, General?
Yes, the ragtag, bobtail remnants of the great U.S. press, huh? I don't get it. I used to have them on my side. Didn't I have?
Always.
Now they try to provoke me, put words in my mouth.
He certainly did Saturday.
I lost my temper. I should have known better. What's that?
It's from Ike.
Stick it right there.
So the Nazis are just like Republicans and Democrats, George.
They twisted my words. I was trying to make a point.
Well, you made it all right. To the New York Times, you created a major scandal.
I withdrew the remark.
Well, that'll do a lot of good now. Sit down, George. George, the war was about Nazis. And for you to say they were just another political party...
That isn't what I meant.
These SS troops you're holding.
What about them?
You've got them drilling like they're going into combat tomorrow.
Well, they look like bums. I'm trying to give them back their self-respect.
SS units don't need self-respect. We don't want them to have self-respect. Now, I don't believe this, but I've been told that you'd like nothing better than to provoke a showdown with the Russians and combine those SS troops with your Third Army.
That's crazy.
Crazy is right, but is it true?
No, sir, it is not. I have to admit I wouldn't mind having a crack at those Mongols.
The Mongols, those Russians are our allies. I've said this to you 100 times, and you persist in these hostile statements.
I disagree with you, that's all.
You can't disagree with me. It's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of policy. You will carry out my policy.
Yes, sir.
Now, about this Schaefer situation.
That's under investigation.
I appointed you administrator of Bavaria. And you retained a minister-president who employs 20 Nazis in his cabinet. 20.
Where did you get that information?
Dorn. Professor Walter Dorn. He's our expert on denazification.
Probably a communist in disguise.
I checked this out myself. This Schaefer has 16 Nazi friends in agriculture and 4 in finance. All cases for mandatory removal under my instructions.
I can't disrupt the administration of Bavaria over some vague accusations. My Anglo-Saxon ancestry makes me reluctant to remove people without due process of law.
Due process?
However, I will carry out your wishes to the letter.
And in spirit?
And in spirit.
About this Bungenheim you ride with?
Fine horseman. Won a gold medal in the 36 Olympics.
He was a colonel in the SS.
So I understand.
And that's all you understand?
Look, Ike, I realize that sometimes I am a political embarrassment to you. But Bavaria is running like a clock. I've got that place moving. We're rebuilding, and we're going to be on our feet before any other part of Germany. But if it is an embarrassment to you, if it's causing you problems about getting into the White House...
What did you say?
I think you'd make a great president.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I campaigned for you myself.
Shut up, George. Listen. If you think that what I've said is motivated by personal interest, you're badly mistaken. And you're impugning my honor.
There's nothing dishonorable about seeking political office.
It's your mouth, George. You can't control it. You never could. And I'll tell you something else. It's getting so bad that people think there's something wrong with you. Now, I admire your good qualities, but I've got to face facts. You're just no military governor. I believe it would be in your best interests if you gave up command of the Third Army.
You're relieving me?
I'm transferring you. General Giraud is going home. I'm giving you command of the 15th Army in Bad Nauheim.
The 15th? It's a paper army. They're writing the history of the war. That's no army. They never fired a shot.
No one has to fire any more shots, George. That's something you've got to understand. The war is over. I admire you. Your audacity, your ability. But those very qualities that made you great in wartime are a pain in the neck in peacetime. If you're planning on spending the night, of course, you're welcome to stay with me, but I imagine you'd rather get home as soon as possible.
Yeah. I'll leave now.
ahead. Up! Right shoulder, up!
Well, Hap, don't take too long.
I won't. I'll join you in 3 days.
You know, I'm going to kind of miss this place.
You'll get over it.
I always have. I had the same sort of sentimental attachment to the 7th Army as I have to the 3rd. But I got over it.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Glass and surface cleaners are okay for lots of surfaces, but when it comes to cleaning glass, Windex is the best. Because only Windex is specially formulated with ammonia D to clean the best and shine the brightest. For a difference just about anyone can appreciate. Windex, the best on glass from S.C. Johnson Wax. Also available in fresh potpourri scent.
Somewhere on this earth, there is still a place where you can find cleaner, safer drinking water. Your kitchen. Pure. The only water filter that removes 93% of the lead in your water and automatically shuts itself off when the cartridge is full.
Dinner is served.
They had a Ming vase. They had a Rembrandt. Even Louis XVI's favorite chair. But of all their prized possessions, there's only one they haven't had to replace. The Range Rover. Range Rover. The world's most capable luxury vehicle.
Screening Room will return after these messages.
Can your radio do this? Only one radio gives you stereo sound this big, yet it's small enough to fit almost anywhere. The incredible new Wave radio from Bose. Press the remote control and hear sound like you've never heard from a radio before. Big, rich sound that really fills the room. You hear music the way it was meant to be heard. Clear, full, incredibly lifelike. You've got to hear the Wave radio to believe it, but it's only available from Bose, the most respected name in audio. Call our toll-free number. We'll send you a free information kit about the Wave radio. You'll learn how we make such big stereo sound come from a radio this small. Call for more information about the Bose Wave radio. It'll make a difference in the way you listen to music. A big difference.
We now return to The Last Days of Patton, starring George C. Scott.
George, welcome to the 15th Army.
Ten hut. At ease as you were.
Well, George, this is it. Reports from theater commanders, staff reports, analytical studies on tactics. More comes in every day.
I'd like to review the troops.
I'm afraid you just did.
Looks like a paper army, all right.
That's what it is.
Well, Paul, you better lay in a supply of the most essential piece of equipment we're going to need.
What's that, George?
Eye drops. My darling Bee, it seems I've been kicked upstairs to the 15th Army. They sneaked me to my new command like a thief in the night. It's one hell of a way for Ike to treat me. But things will change, and I'll be way out in front again. This so-called Army is just a handful of clerks and a committee of officers whose job is to write a lot of stuff that no one will ever read. Well, what do you think of the 15th Army?
Well, I think it's going to be fine, sir. Except it's a little dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yes, sir. One of the cooks told me two clerks got buried under a ton of paper the other day. Took 6 hours to dig them out. The bodies were covered in ink.
Smudged to death.
That's it, sir.
Go on to bed.
Yes, sir. Good night, General.
Good night, George. I look forward to Christmas with you. Officially, I'm calling it a 30-day leave, but it'll be for good. I don't intend to come back to Europe unless it's to fight in the next war. I'm getting out, B. I just want to look into your brave, loyal eyes again. My conscience is clear, B. If a man's done his best, what more is there?
General? General Patton. Good evening, General.
Stay, Willie.
Welcome to the Grand Hotel, General. Colonel Harkins has asked that I conduct you to him. If you'll please follow me.
This won't take too long, Woody. Just a quick drink with Colonel Harkins and back to the damn paperwork.
Yes.
Better give Willie a walk.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm right in what I did, and the rest can go to hell. Or I hope they can, because it's going to be pretty crowded down there. At the moment, I feel mad. My public position is that Ike has done me a favor by giving me this new assignment. But my private opinion is that practically everyone but myself is a pusillanimous son of a bitch.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bertie. Happy birthday to you.
Well, I'll be damned.
Chicory chick, chala chala, checkala romy, and a banana kabalaka wallaka. Can't you see? Chicory chick is me. Chicory chick, chala chala, checkala romy, and a banana kabalaka wallaka. Can't you see? Chicory chick is me. Every time you're getting tired of just the same old
You take Doug McCarthy, huh? He's got a craggy face. Mark Clark, that egomaniac, he's got a weak chin. Besides, he gives me the creeps. Ike's face is bland. Omar, the tent maker, he's got a very strong jaw. You know, it makes a good impression the first time around until you realize how really mediocre. And then Monty, we have Monty. Monty has the expression of a ferocious rabbit. And then we come down to Beetle Smith. The only problem with Beetle's face is it shows.
Gentlemen, please. Ladies, have your attention, please. Thank you. 6 months ago, we were still fighting a war with Nazi Germany. A war to liberate Europe from the oppression of the Third Reich. The armed forces of the USA and her allies won that war. A large measure of credit for that achievement goes to a man whose hell-raising leadership galvanized his men to victory in Africa, Sicily, France, and Germany. The exploits of the Third Army made history because of an extraordinary general whose men would follow him anywhere.
Would any of you gentlemen care to test it? Would it kill me if I ran my hand through it, sir? I invite you to try it, Johnson. At your own risk. Patton, how about you?
Yes, sir.
Today is the boss's birthday, and we're here to thank him for being a rip-roaring soldier and a warm-hearted friend. So, this toast to General George S. Patton, happy birthday and long life. God bless you. Happy birthday.
It's reassuring to know that I'm still a fairly good-sized social lion. I thank you, Paul, Jeff, everyone. I don't have very much to say, except you know that the most difficult thing for a general to do is to make up his mind. And then, of course, to withstand the gruesome rumors that are thrust upon him by less stout-hearted people. Now, I've been in a lot of trouble lately with the press and some of my colleagues, most of whom are supposed to be my friends. I guess it's my own fault, but it reminds me of a young woman friend of mine who had a baby recently, and she said, "Oh, it's so wonderful to be able to roll over and lie on my tummy again." I said, "My dear child, had you maintained that position originally, you probably would not be in your recent unenviable condition." I thank you. I thank you for your toast and your praise, and I would like to say that George S. Patton was simply a hook upon which to hang the Third Army. And I can tell you this, the Third Army is the best thing that has ever happened to George S. Patton.
George S. Patton was
the best thing that ever happened to the whole damn army.
Well, I am 60 years old today. Last time the war ended, I wrote a poem for my wife, Beatrice. I don't feel quite up to it now, but I would like to say one or two lines from my favorite poet, Rudyard Kipling. Two things greater than all things are. The first is love, and the second war. And since we know not how war may prove, heart of my heart, let us talk of love.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
We're comparing X14 soap scum remover to Lysol.
The Lysol left places where it didn't come off at all. But the X14 soap scum remover, I just wiped and it's gone.
Look for this money-saving coupon on X14 in Sunday's newspaper.
Darling, you are perfection. So bright, so crisp, and I'm not just buttering you up. Bird's Eye, fresh look for vegetables.
The Nissan Altima offers extraordinary acceleration, steering response, and braking. We think you'll find it reassuring on those days when it seems like everyone's out to get you. The Nissan Altima. Now lease the Altima GXE for $750 down and $239 a month for 36 months.
I'm about to perform an amazing act. Something that was virtually impossible for me to do just a short while ago. The act of breathing, made possible by Tavis D.
Original prescription strength Tavis D contains the medicine proven to help relieve tough congestion so you can breathe easier. So for the next 12 hours,
I will not sneeze. My sinus and nasal congestion is now clear.
Breathe easier with Tavis D.
There's nothing else like it.
He was a producer with just an idea, but an idea that took off.
He had ideas that were definitely ahead of his time.
The man who took our imaginations where they'd never gone before.
Fascinating.
Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry on Biography. Tomorrow on A&E.
Monroe Sensitrack, road sensing shocks and struts. Designed to give you extra control during a swerve. Extra control over rough roads. Monroe Sensitrack gives you both extra control and ride comfort automatically. Monroe Sensitrack, like two shocks in one. Call 1-800-STRUT now for a Monroe Sensitrack dealer near you.
We're in show business. We're having fun. We're ringmasters of one of the greatest circuses of all time. Wow, that's great. California has a very special meaning around the world. It's about freedom. It's about choices. How about a pizza with potato on it? Peking duck, Thai chicken. We have watched where businesses have limited ways in which the customer pays. And when our customer reaches for an American Express card, we gladly accept it.
American Express is welcome to wherever fresh ideas are cooking. So dine out, America.
Screening Room now continues with The Last Days of Patton.
City Sue, Sue, City Sue. Your hair is red, your eyes are blue. I'd swap my horse and dog for you. Sue, City Sue, Sue, City Sue. There ain't no gal as true
Our difficulty with the Russian is we forget he's not European but Asiatic. Therefore, he thinks deviously. We can no more understand those Mongol savages than we can understand Chinamen or Japs. In my opinion, the Bolshevik is a congenital liar, barbarian, and a chronic drunk. It'd be fun to kill a few of them.
Am I missing out on something here?
Oh, sit down, Jeff. Pull up a chair. You remember my wife's niece, Jean Gordon?
Of course. Hello.
Keyes just took over my old outfit, the 7th Army in Heidelberg.
Well, it's good to see you again, General.
Paul, I thank you. Went to a lot of trouble to arrange this party.
My pleasure, George. I just wish Beatrice could have been.
Well, B's probably mapping out my holiday leave.
If I know B, you won't have a free minute.
Would you care to dance?
Yes.
He doesn't like me.
Who?
General Keyes. I can tell.
Don't be silly. He's probably thinking what a lucky old fool I am. That perfume.
It's over, isn't it?
The war, yes.
You know what I mean.
Yes, it's over.
General Bigwig. I have a confession to make. I wanted the war to go on just a little longer. Isn't that incredible? I'm so ashamed. How could anyone be so selfish? I'd be so lonely without you. Why does everything come too late?
The hair turns gray and love looks out of an old man's eyes.
It's not what I meant. It is beautiful, though. Who wrote it? Gates?
No.
I don't know. Browning. Who then?
Bigwig.
You're a remarkable poet, General Bigwig. Je t'aime de tout mon cœur. Je t'aime de tout mon cœur.
Et je t'aime aussi. Pour toujours.
Your West Point French has improved, Lieutenant Patton.
No wonder. I was 107th in a class of 123.
Oh, that's 16 from the bottom. Obviously, I didn't marry you for your prowess in languages.
For what then?
Oh, you're fishing for compliments again, Lieutenant.
You know, Mrs. Patton, you really are rather pretty for a retired debutante.
I couldn't sleep last night. Want to know why?
No,
What?
I couldn't either. Why?
I was thinking about us. What it will be like being married. Being alone together at last.
You may not sleep tonight either.
You'll find your share of memories there, so...
Where were you? Or somewhere else?
With you in my arms, don't be ridiculous.
And they might come true.
Hold me tight.
Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream,
dream. It's Lily from Piccadilly. She is the blackout queen. Lily from Piccadilly, ugliest girl I've seen. With searchlights moving overhead till Messerschmitts are gone. Don't take her gas mask off, she looks much better with it on. Yeah. From Piccadilly, she is the blackout queen. Come on, everybody sing it. It's Lily from Piccadilly. She is the blackout queen. Oh, Lily from Piccadilly, ugliest girl I've seen. Her wig should never bother you. She's several missing parts. One glass eye and wooden leg. She's still the queen of tarts. From Piccadilly, she is the blackout queen. Good, good, very good. It's Lily from Piccadilly. She is the blackout queen. Lily from Piccadilly, ugliest girl I've seen. Who cares if she has pigeon toes? A voice that's rather harsh. She's one good trait, an RAF type handlebar mustache. From Piccadilly, queen of the blackout, laser rubber knockout. She won't let you back out. You won't pay a stack out for Lily, the blackout queen.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Hi, Sarge. Hey, cereal for dinner. Quick 3-course meal. Hearty grains, fruit, and milk. That'll give you a lift.
Sure will. Hook 'em.
Whoa, down, boys. Milk, good fast food, does a body good. Hey, don't I get a phone call?
These vegetables are about to be perfectly steamed, like food has never been steamed before. In the Black & Decker Handy Steamer. Because deliciously steamed food requires perfect timing.
We've painted the morning sun in Santa Barbara that burns away those blue-gray mists that cool the coastal vines and brighten all the colors in the grapes that go to make a brighter shade of Chardonnay. Meridian Chardonnay, raised in California's sunlight, aged in French oak. This is the art of Meridian. The bright, rich flavors in every glass of Meridian Chardonnay.
You can make war, or you can make peace. With Sid Meier's Colonization, the new computer strategy game, you have the power to create your own America. Outsmart your enemies. Choose the right allies. Fight the right battles. And you could build a great nation. Because with colonization, anything is possible.
Passion governs, and she never governs wisely.
The colonies are not to be emancipated.
All men are created equal. Victory or death.
A mini-series born on the battlefield of the first American dream. A world premiere event, The American Revolution, beginning November 27th on A&E.
I was driving down a road, and to my right, there was a rather deep pothole. Pow! I survived. That's a problem. You want to prevent potholes. DuPont's technology can make a road which will last longer. The chemistry that we use to modify asphalt is similar to the chemistry that we use to make other products. We can change the molecule so that it can be used in perfume bottles, roller skates, bowling pins. We can make golf balls that spin better. That changed the game of golf. It was my idea. I feel like I've accomplished something, I guess.
I never wanted to grow up, much less get older. A daughter? Even the word used to scare me. Now I have commitments. That she will have an education. That my parents will always be okay. Love is expensive.
Take control of your future. A plan from Merrill Lynch can show you how. And a Merrill Lynch financial consultant has more ways to make the plan work for you than anyone else. The difference is planning. The difference is Merrill Lynch.
We now return to The Last Days of Patton, starring George C. Scott.
Hello? Holy cow.
Private First Class Woodring here. Over.
This is Sergeant Meeks. Wake up, Private. General Patton, General Gay are going pheasant hunting south of Mannheim. You driving them. Over.
But he's going back to the States tomorrow.
He's going hunting today.
Like when?
Like in 20 minutes. The general wants to use the limo. Joe Spruce will follow in the truck with the guns and dog. Over.
What time is it anyway?
Time to move your butt. Over and out.
Seen you last night with that big blonde Fräulein.
Why not tell the whole world about it?
Don't worry. If they catch you fraternizing again, what more can they do to you? You've already been demoted to the bottom of the heap. Come on, it's 7:30. When are we leaving?
Whenever they want. Now, you got the guns?
Yeah, they're in the back. Hey, do you think she could get me a Kraut girlfriend? I'm getting really lonely.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I swear.
Willie, Jim.
Come on, Willie. Inside, boy.
I got him from a pound in London. Ugliest thing I've ever seen. He's going to be a real scrapper, I thought. I'm going to name him after William the Conqueror. His biggest coward in dogdom. Maybe I should have slapped him. Very funny. Well, what are we going to do, Willie? Huh? Oh, all right, you be a good boy while Daddy's gone. Morning, buddy.
Morning, sir. Morning, Woody.
Spruce got the directions?
Yes, sir. I told him just follow us.
We'll just keep him in sight. I won't mind losing Spruce. It's Engelbert I'm worried about. Visited with King George in Belgium last month. Woody got me back to Bad Nauheim in less than 2 hours. 70 miles an hour through all the checkpoints. We should have seen him scurry.
Didn't Woody used to be a sergeant?
Oh, yeah. But he's devoted to the local ladies. Woody is constantly in love.
Life's unfair. So many Fräuleins, and no fraternization allowed.
That's a stupid idea. You can't control sex, all that moralistic garbage. We both know that when morals go down, morale goes up. It's a heck of a problem.
But apparently one that Woody enjoys wrestling with.
Sergeant says to the private, he says, "Well, son, what would you like to learn in this man's army?" And the recruit says, I'd like to learn to drive a tank, sir." He says, "Well, in that case, I won't stand in your way."
Well, you'd think if my chief of staff won't laugh at my jokes, at least my driver would.
Oh, sorry, sir. It was really funny.
It's just that I've heard it a few times before.
Well, not for me, you haven't. I haven't even thought of that joke in years. I haven't told it since I can't remember when. I'll tell you one thing, though. I'll bet when I did tell it the last time, I probably brought the house down.
So the sergeant says, "Tell me, Private, what do you want to learn in this man's army?" And the recruit says, "I want to learn how to drive a tank, sir." "Well," says the sergeant, "in that case, Private, I won't stand in your way." This model is a revolutionary design.
Yeah, it's revolutionary, all right. Damn contraption.
Now, I ask that you gentlemen use your imagination, for as you can see, this experimental model has very little armor plating yet, and no superstructure. For our purposes, though, it will demonstrate what you gentlemen from the War Department need to see in order to make your evaluation and recommendation to the Ordnance Department. This new model can break through buildings, push trees over, and plow through sand at 30 miles an hour. I mean, this little iron buggy is so easy to handle. Even a child could drive it. I've got an idea. Now, how about one of you gentlemen taking it for the trial run? How about it? Now, gentlemen, there is no need for stage fright. How about a run around the field? I mean, wouldn't someone like to take the first ride? All right. B, you demonstrate it for the gentleman.
Of course, darling.
You see how easy it is to handle, gentlemen? Now, who'd like to give it a try?
Thank you, Colonel Patton. I think we've seen enough, and you'll be hearing from us in time. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
They were horrid, the pompous old fogies.
They aren't important.
But your presentation, they tried to make a...
Forget them. Thank you, my dearest.
That guy must be crazy. He is crazy.
So you two just sail right through the checkpoints, huh? Not like the rest of us peasants?
Can't the idiot see the 4 stars in this tub?
How would he? He's only doing his job. Look at him shiver. Would you like to trade places with him?
From the way he carries on, you'd never know he's just a PFC.
Says he wants to see your identification, sir. Says it's regulations.
Well, he's right. It is regulations. Well, Hap, we've run into a young man who is not impressed with old blood and guts. What am I going to do with him?
Charm him, Georgie.
Morning, young man.
Hello, sir.
I'm General George S. Patton, commanding the 15th Army at Bad Nauheim. I understand that you want to see my identification.
Yes, sir. That is, if you don't mind.
All right. Here we are.
Thank you, sir. You may pass.
What's your name?
Corporal Philip Leach, sir.
Philip. Good name. Strong name. Like strong names. Means you're a lover of horses. Do you like horses, Philip?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good for you. Phil, I'm going to see that your CO finds out just what a good MP you make.
Oh, really? Thank you, sir.
Spruce!
Yes, sir.
Bring Engelbert up here. Put him in the front seat. Poor thing will freeze to death in that damn truck.
They say a reasonable number of fleas is good for a dog. Keeps him from brooding over being a dog.
And he's sure a lot better off than some of the poor devils scratching around here. I don't understand it, Hep. All I wanted to do was help build a new Germany. All this ballyhoo about denazification.
I know, but face it, Georgie. You were Ike's champion end runner. And when you didn't follow his directives, he took you out of the game. It's as simple as that. He calls the plays.
Well, it all boils down to one thing. Ike is bitten by the presidential bug, and he doesn't want me rocking the boat. But he will never be president. I'm telling you that right now. Trouble is, I'm an anachronism in peacetime. I never was very good at political bootlicking. Now with FDR gone, new gang in Washington hates my guts. And they go and drop a bomb and end the Pacific War. Probably make people like me obsolete. I don't know. I feel myself driven toward an end I cannot see. But I know as soon as I reach it, as soon as I become unnecessary, an atom will suffice to shatter me.
Georgie, that doesn't sound like you.
Because Napoleon said it.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm going home tomorrow and retire with my scrapbooks.
Write a book. You always wanted to. With the story you have to tell, it'll be the greatest book to come out of World War II.
Maybe. But to spill the beans on people like the Beetle, I'd hate to do it.
You'd love to do it.
I'd love to do it. Of course, I will continue to wear my Eisenhower jacket so that everyone can kiss my backside. It is not I who have lost the Athenians, but the Athenians who have lost me.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
so now, so bright, so you. Just mix things up a bit and create a stir. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Old soldiers never die.
The only thing we have to fear.
All of history, all in one place. Call your cable operator today to find out how you can get the History Channel.
You let Vince drive your new Bonneville just to the game. Guy's a wild man.
He wanted to see how the Bonneville stacked up to his BMW. I got his attention when I told him I had traction control, dual airbags, and even more horsepower than his BMW, and thousands less.
So you think he'll like it?
Well, I suppose he does. Where is that guy?
Our banker was mortified. 2 successful lawyers, and you have a great law practice. What in the world do you want to lose all your money for? We're in show business. We're having fun. Our dream is to open a restaurant in Rome. We cannot wait until we have barbecue chicken pizza in Rome. We have something like 4,000 employees now. The American Express corporate card makes managing our business easier for them and easier for us.
The American Express corporate card can help you get a bigger slice of the pie.
A&E's monthly magazine opens your eyes to the best in original biographies, mysteries, and specials. From complete highlights, in-depth reviews, and an array of collectibles, to fascinating articles, up-close interviews, even the challenge of a crossword. A&E Monthly is your connection to what's happening today. To order your 12 issues of the A&E Monthly for only $18 a year, 23 Canadian dollars, call 1-800-238-2800.
Meet the man behind Frankenstein. Kenneth Branagh is profiled in this month's issue. Also, a candid interview with Annette Funicello, a visit to beautiful St. Bart's, complete program listings, and more. Call now and receive a free CD of Mozart's greatest symphonies with your paid subscription.
Call 1-800-238-2800 for an engaging look at television's best.
Screening Room now continues with The Last Days of Patton.
Well, we sure left him a mess to clean up. Not a living thing, not even a chicken. Am I getting soft? I did most of it. Heroes like me. Trains do something to me. Make me sad. Wandering forever at the earth again. You ever read of Time in the River?
No.
We hurtle onward in the darkness. Down a million roads.
When Papa died, I was too late for the funeral. For an hour, I stood there, and I realized that the grave no more held Papa than did one of his discarded suits still hanging in the closet. Suddenly, I seemed to see him in the road, wearing his checked overcoat and waving his stick, as he used to do when he was impatient with me. I salute not you, Papa, at this last resting place, of the beautiful body I've loved. Your soul is with me. And but for the density of my eyes, I could see you and talk with you. Oh, darling Papa. I stopped calling you that when I grew up. But you were and are my darling. I never did much for you, and you did everything for me.
So much beer last night, my gut feels like a beer barrel.
Yeah, it looks like one too, Dexter.
Melvin, you got the hiccups.
No. You guys know what hiccups are?
No, what?
Messages from departed spirits.
Look at that, 4 stars. Only one 4-star left in the European theater. It's gotta be old Blood and Guts. The old man himself.
Son of a bitch! Oh my God. Sir.
You hurt?
Not a bit. How do you feel?
Out!
General, sir.
My neck hurts. I'm having trouble breathing. Work my fingers for me, will you have?
Sure. Here.
Oh, the stupid, idiotic things to happen. Damn it all to hell. Go ahead, Hap. Work my fingers.
Lieutenant, you better take charge. I don't think we should move the general.
Yes, sir. I'll get an ambulance. I'll be right back.
Here it comes.
Day before I'm supposed to ship home. Isn't that ironic?
General, I'm Dr. Snyder.
Captain, I think I'm paralyzed.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Can't be champagne. I like it.
That's beautiful.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Find out the name of this, but
Don't be too obvious.
Sparkling, delicious. No champagne tastes like Ballatore.
Frankly, I think it tastes better than champagne.
You wouldn't happen to know the name of this, would you?
Ballatore.
What's it for Ballatore?
Ballatore. 2 L's.
One sip says it all.
Chloride
Clorox Toilet Cleanser has bleach and abrasives to help make stains disappear.
You're so now, so bright, so you. Just mix things up a bit and create a stir. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Somewhere on this earth, there is still a place where you can find cleaner, safer drinking water. Your kitchen. Pure, the only water filter that removes 93% of the lead in your water and automatically shuts itself off when the cartridge is full.
The all-new Subaru Legacy. Some say it looks best in red. Others say in green. But perhaps it's best seen in white. Subaru all-wheel drive is the ultimate safety feature. It transfers power automatically from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip. So, any sliding you do is strictly by choice. The all-weather, all-road, all-wheel drive Subaru Legacy. The beauty of all-wheel drive.
Know what? My skin's not only clean, it feels really smooth. And not just because she's a girl. It's because I use Zest. She's old. She knows lots of stuff. Zestfully clean.
Soap leaves a film on your skin, but Zest rinses clean away, so your skin feels smoother than soap.
Zestfully clean. The sooner you start, the smoother you'll feel. I'm waiting. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. Feel smooth.
We now return to The Last Days of Patton, starring George C. Scott.
Keep back, please. Move back, bitte schön. Bitte. Keep back. Move back, bitte schön. Bitte. Bitte schön, thank you. Move back.
I'm so sorry, sir.
I don't hold you responsible. You're a good driver. Is Engelbert all right?
Yes, sir, he's fine.
You take care of him for me, will you?
Yes, sir.
And Willie, too.
Yes, sir.
Woody.
Yes, sir.
Take care of yourself.
God bless you, sir.
Okay, clear the way.
Lieutenant, are you all right?
I have to get back on the horse. I've got to finish the race.
They're here. Come on, quickly.
Colonel Ball, please report to emergency.
What's that table?
Colonel Ball, please report
Be careful with them, boys.
We'll get the blood samples.
Good. Then transfusions. Plasma in both arms. That's the cyanotic.
Get the suture tray.
Use the wooden horses, shock position, no jarring. And Bertha, keep them on the litter for the time being. I don't want to jostle them around. How are the reflexes?
Not getting anything. There's no evidence of fracture, though.
Warren, you better get the portable x-ray machine. We can't take them up there.
Okay, but I'll need some help. That thing weighs about 600 pounds.
Bertha, cut away his clothes immediately.
Yes, sir.
Don't remove the portions underneath them. What is it, General?
I was just thinking. Hell of a way to start a vacation.
Now, General, stop fussing.
Watch out for those scissors, that's all. I may not have much feeling down there now, but...
Don't worry, General. Bertha's been doing this for years, not a casualty yet.
Cut away.
It's a handsome revolvers, General. Ivory handled.
Try it. I've made as many as 15 successive bullseyes.
I'll keep them in the strong box.
There, General. Diastolic pressure is improving, Doctor.
Good. Transfusion's running okay?
Yes, sir. And the pulse is steadying now. Colonel Ball, please report to emergency. Colonel Ball, please report to emergency.
Color's coming back to normal. No sign of hematoma in the temple region.
Good. (110/76).
Good. Pulse?
A regular 60.
It was 45 and soft when he came in.
Congratulations, General. You're doing just fine. This hurt?
No.
Well, General, you seem to be in good form. I'm Colonel Ball.
Good form, maybe. Definitely not good shape, Colonel.
General, there's no sensation. Near down, but we're x-raying shortly.
General, can you move your arms, your legs at all?
Try again, General.
All I want is for you to patch me up and get me out of here. My wife's expecting me home.
You see that? We noted that. It's the one reflex he has whenever he coughs.
If there's no doubt in your minds that I'm going to be paralyzed for the rest of my life, let's cut out all this crap right now. Let me die.
This is the main present.
Oh, I think you'll like it.
Well, I hope so. You know, your father hates presents. But the salesman said it's the most practical mountain jacket they have.
Don't worry, Mother. He'll love it.
Oh, I hope so. Ruth Ellen, would you get the phone, please?
Hello? Oh, hello, Fred. Yes, she is. Just a moment. It's Uncle Fred.
Fred? How are you? What? When? How serious is it? Yes, of course. Call me back as soon as you know. I'll be here. Your father's been in an automobile accident. He's in a hospital in Heidelberg.
Mother. How bad is it?
They don't know. But I've got to go right away.
Do you want me to go with you?
No, dear.
Mother, he's been in bad shape before. He's going to be all right.
Yes, of course he is.
Now, General, when did you last urinate?
When was it? 10 a.m. I can't remember. Who keeps a log on that?
Where'd you get all these scars, General? Take a look at this, Colonel. Souvenirs of battle?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, gentlemen, but my only battle scar is that wound on my rump. Got it in 1918. It's a hell of a place for a soldier to get shot, I can tell you that. Truth of the matter is, I turned around to see that my men were following me.
We believe you, General.
You better believe me. Most of the others are from football or riding horses. I've broken my nose, both ankles, both legs, all kinds of ribs. Gashes, cuts, scrapes, you name it. Been kicked in the head by horses more times than I can remember. You think it shows? Some people think it shows.
Colonel, Father White is here to see the General.
Hello, Father.
Afternoon, Colonel. Lieutenant, how are you?
Just fine, Father. Father White's here, General. Are you a Catholic?
What difference does that make? In my condition, I can use all the help I can get. Come on in, Padre. Just keep it brief and to the point. Trouble is, most preachers, when there's nothing more to be said, they're still saying it.
Very good, General.
General Case, sir. My name's Major Morgan. I'm PRO at this hospital.
Major, what's the word on General Patton?
Not good, I'm afraid, sir. The General's in serious condition. An emergency.
May I see him?
Will the General wait here? I'll see what can be done.
Very well, Major.
Ex audivit Dominus deprecationem meum. Dominus orationem meum suscepit. Amen.
Thank you, Father. I don't know what you said, but you sure did me some good.
Colonel, it's the Protestant chaplain to see the General.
I'll send him in. Another one more or less won't hurt. Let him go to work on me.
We have the x-rays, sir. Unstable fracture dislocation.
Over there, Hap. Go on, I'll get some coffee. You want anything to eat?
No.
Black?
Yeah.
2 black.
Here, thank you.
Well, I guess the news hounds have all gone home for the night.
Yeah. They'll be back in force tomorrow.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I think tomorrow I'll authorize Colonel Ball to bar the press from the hospital altogether. They're one big nuisance. You better get some sleep. You look awful.
To lead armies through 2 world wars. And then to have this happen. It's crazy. Falling off a car seat and breaking your neck.
Georgie's going to have the best there is, Hal. One neurosurgeon's coming from the States and one from Oxford.
He's got to live, Jeff. He's got to write a book. Only this morning we were talking about him writing a book.
His memoirs could be the most important book of the times.
Exactly. What's his condition, Jeff? His true condition. They don't tell me anything.
Colonel Hill's diagnosis supported by x-rays. Spinal column behind the neck fractured at third and fourth vertebrae. Patient breathing with only one side of diaphragm. Bladder and bowels paralyzed. All sensation below the neck absent. Crutchfield tongs have been fastened in the skull to provide traction to the spinal column.
My name is Kerwin, Lieutenant Colonel Walter Kerwin. I'm serving as temporary aide to Mrs. Patton. She's been waiting for 2 hours, and Colonel Sperling hasn't arrived yet. I think he's coming on a C-47 from Kentucky. If you find out anything, call me back.
Mrs. Patton,
Yes.
I'm Colonel Sperling. I've just arrived. Sorry to be so late.
Thank you for coming, Colonel Sperling. I know you've had to change your plans.
Mrs. Patton, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here.
Thank you.
Now, what do you say we go to Germany and see that husband of yours?
That is an excellent idea.
Well, Miss Gordon, normally I'd say no. It's against hospital regulations. But you are a family.
Thank you, Colonel.
Now, your uncle's in here. He's sleeping last time I looked in. Colonel Hill prefers that he not be disturbed.
Of course. I just want to be with him for a moment. I promise not to wake him.
Well, maybe you can come back again tomorrow. Why don't you call me? It'll be a full day for him, though.
No, I won't be back. And please, Colonel, don't tell him I was here. Georgie, it's not over for me. It never will be over.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Thanksgiving dinner just seems a little bit off without it. The Durkee green bean casserole. Made only with Durkee French fried onions.
Hello, I'm Roger Mudd. I'm proud to say I'll be a part of the History Channel, which begins January 1st. To receive all of history all in one place, call your cable operator today and begin your historic journey.
We're in show business. We're having fun. We're ringmasters of one of the greatest circuses of all time. Wow, that's great. California has a very special meaning around the world. It's about freedom. It's about choices. How about a pizza with potato on it? Peking duck. Fried chicken. We have watched where businesses have limited ways in which the customer pays. And when our customer reaches for an American Express card, we gladly accept it.
American Express is welcome to wherever fresh ideas are cooking. So dine out, America.
Glass and surface cleaners are okay for lots of surfaces. But when it comes to cleaning glass, Windex is the best. Because only Windex is specially formulated with ammonia D to clean the best and shine the brightest. For a difference just about anyone can appreciate. Windex, the best on glass from S.C. Johnson Wax. Also available in fresh potpourri scent.
Screening Room will return after these messages.
When is a stamp not just a stamp?
When it's the Wild West.
Round up new Legends of the West stamps at your post office and hang on to them or call for our free catalog. When is a stamp not just a stamp?
When it makes a big splash, dude. Whoa!
Find a dry place for new Wonders of the Sea stamps. They're at your post office or call for our free catalog.
Got sports fans on your gift list? Give them the Babe, the Splendid Splinter, the Say Hey Kid. Call now to give them Baseball, Ken Burns' acclaimed film, now on video for 4 installments of $37. Call now and the hardbound 512-page companion book, a $60 value, is yours free. So give them Ken Burns' Baseball. Call now.
Call 1-800-847-7200 right now to give Baseball. Call now.
Screening Room now continues with The Last Days of Patton.
Good morning, General.
Good morning, Colonel.
Sir, I have something here that I'm sure will please you. Dear General Patton, I am distressed at the painful accident which you have suffered and want you to know that I am thinking of you at this time. You have won many a tough fight, and I know that faith and courage will not fail you in this one. I am thankful that Mrs. Patton will soon be at your side to strengthen and sustain you. With prayerful wishes for your recovery, Commander-in-Chief, former Captain Harry S. Trump.
It's funny, isn't it? Men become vice presidents who were never intended by party or God to be president. Yet, I think you'll do a good job. I would like you to thank those 4 soldiers who shared their blood with me. Will you be sure to do that for me, please?
Yes, I will.
Right.
I'll check back later.
That fragrance. You notice it, Colonel? It's like perfume.
Sleep. This is one patient I don't want to be late for. If you want, you can sign out.
Really? Oh, thanks.
I'm so nervous. How is he?
He woke up at 5 and talked my leg off. Oh, be sure and check the tongs. They refuse to stay in place.
Okay.
Colonel Hill discussed the case with you?
Yes.
Good. Now, I had to give him sedation, and even then he was awake a lot. Oh, and he hates the IV bottles being inside. He counts those drops like they were sheep. A neurosurgeon from Oxford is flying in this morning with his assistant.
But there's one coming from the States.
They're not taking any chances.
Bertha, is the general, well, you know, difficult?
He's a doll. Don't worry. You'll like him. He's Gruff and sort of cute.
Well, I guess I'm ready to beard the lion in his den. Might as well get it over with.
They say he likes pretty women.
Oh?
Yeah, he's going to love you.
Good morning, young lady.
Good morning, General.
I feel much better today. I can move the index finger on my right hand. Look.
Well, that's wonderful. Let me see. Well, go ahead. Well, I think so. I do see a slight movement, yes.
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know.
Oh, look, honey, all we want is some simple facts. He's paralyzed, right? Well, that's what the rumor is. So how much paralyzed? Completely? Partially?
The first bulletins will be issued this afternoon detailing his progress, and twice daily thereafter.
How do we get through to this day?
Oh, yes, of course, General Keyes. Come in. Well, we do that right away. Well, thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Colonel, get well messages from everywhere. They're swamping us. Here's one from Lady Duff Cooper. And listen to this. You will conquer this battle as brilliantly and courageously as you have all the others. Winston Churchill.
Well, that should boost the general's morale. Anyway, forget that just for a moment, Nancy. Take this down, will you?
Yes, sir.
And get it to the staff immediately. Won't help you people very much in communications center, but it will make everybody else's job just a bit easier. By order, General Commanding 7th Army. Press and radio reporters are herewith barred from the hospital.
Thank you, Colonel.
And they will not be admitted inside the gate except at such time as a press conference is authorized.
Well, this is some way to treat the American press.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You don't look sorry.
That Major Morgan was rude. We're only doing our job.
Smug little jerk. He really enjoyed telling us to march.
Certainly rude to me, I have.
Well, I haven't heard the last of it. The freedom of the press is involved here.
Only after if the general's private was paralyzed. And he turned and walked away from me. I call that rude. If I weren't a lady, I'd...
She sure gonna fool me.
Yes, I've always liked Catherine Cornell. Extremely good actress. Saw her twice in the Ballets of Wimpole Street. Splendid performer.
Last time I was in London, I saw the Lunts in There Shall Be No Night.
Oh, yes. By that fellow Sherwood. Did you like it?
Yes, very much.
I hated it. Would you close your eyes, please? Feel that?
I think I feel something. Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Where?
My chest on the right.
Good. Right thoracic wall, patient localizes. No?
I think so. Are you touching one of my legs?
Patellar tendon, unsure. So, Haymarket and the Blackout was one nasty spot, Pitch dark and playgoers tumbling all over each other.
I was there during World War I.
Good. Look up to the ceiling, would you please? Well, I think the Haymarket's pretty much the same as it was then, really.
One respect, it hasn't changed at all.
Oh, what's that?
A chippy who was somewhat past her prime wanted to take me home.
There you go. And what was your response to this aged enchantress of the evening?
I told her, I'm sorry, Grandma, but you're just one war too late.
Your prognosis?
Uncertain, gentlemen. My examination confirms your diagnosis.
Do you recommend any changes in our present treatment?
Well, I should recommend forcing more fluids. Keep the room cool. I'm in favor of traction, of course, but I'd say increase to 10 pounds. And I'd dispense with the tongs and using these zygomatic hooks instead.
Yeah, fish hooks under the cheekbones. It's painful. But you're right. It probably is necessary.
I have the queerest sensation in my hands. As if my skin and flesh were trying to fall off my bones. The strangest feeling. Like I was shedding my body. Maybe I'm shuffling off this mortal coil. Huh?
Well, the fact that this sensation could be a good sign.
Dying has always intrigued me. The Hindu says it's the most exalted experience in life. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I'm not afraid. Only curious. So, up he rose and forth they went. Away from battleground, fortress tent, mountain, wilderness, field and farm. Death and the general, arm in arm.
Well, Georgie, I'd say the greatest man in the world was your grandfather. You want to know why?
Yes, sir.
Because he died for his country, leading his troops into battle. He died at the head of brave men, and he carried a sword. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
One of the regrets of my life is that I'll never have the opportunity to die such a glorious death. Well, no man can choose how he's born. And a man is lucky if he can choose the circumstances of his death. And by that choice, signify his life.
He carried the sword?
He was a brigadier general. And on that last cavalry charge, he rode a white horse.
And he carried a sword.
Hello, Georgie.
It's good to see you, Bee.
I've seen you in these scrapes before. You always come out all right.
Would you like to stay at my place tonight, Bee?
No, thanks, Jeff. I'd rather stay here. Perhaps at one of the rooms down the hall?
Of course, we'll arrange that.
Whatever you say.
I'll be here all night long.
Now, if there's anything you need or want, please don't hesitate. Just let me know.
There are just a few things. No visitors.
Agreed.
Even if they claim to be family relations. Not unless I clear it.
Don't worry about that, Bee.
And under no circumstances is General Beadle Smith to be admitted. Please Please understand, under no circumstances.
I understand.
Oh, this is a list of books I'd like to read to Georgie.
We'll get right on it.
Thank you for everything you're doing. I hope for the best. I'm prepared for the worst. I just want you to know you can level with me.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
A strong eyeglass prescription used to mean thick, heavy lenses. Well, micro-thin lenses from Pearl Vision are up to 25% lighter and more comfortable. So go ahead and toss those thick, heavy lenses away. Micro-thin lenses at Pearl.
Clorox Toilet Cleanser has bleach and abrasives to help make stains disappear.
Never had things exactly my way. My childhood, my parents planned that. Then came the kids and the house. Retirement? I'll call it freedom. To be that kid that still wants to play. But I have to make sure the money will last.
Take control of your future. A plan from Merrill Lynch can show you how. And a Merrill Lynch financial consultant has more ways to make the plan work for you than anyone else. The difference is planning. The difference is Merrill Lynch.
Oh, well, I'm the kind of light that likes to bend around. You can point me left or right, or hang me upside down. But I'm not the kind of light you have to hang on to. Just use me when you need three hands, but you've got only two. Cause I'm the snake light. They call me the snake light.
It's the hands-free flexible flashlight, new from Black & Decker.
Yeah, well, the snake lights from Black & Decker. We get around, 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 around.
He's 176 years old and still creepy after all these years. He's Frankenstein.
It's alive!
From the Boris Karloff classic to Mel Brooks' Send-Up to Robert De Niro's the newest incarnation of terror. Don't bother to scream. It's the inside story of the nuts and bolts of this monster hit. An A&E special presentation. It's alive. The true story of Frankenstein. Next Sunday on A&E.
Now, here's a company that's been taking care of business for almost 50 years. The Dearborn Sausage Company.
Taking care of business.
The owner, Don Kosh, learned how to make sausages from his father, an authentic Hungarian Wurstmeister. And these people, they're the Office Meisters, because when they want low prices on office products, they just call Office Depot and get next-day delivery. Did you ever try to send one of these through a fax machine?
taking care of business.
No dog in the world's as handsome as Sherman. At least he thinks so. And one reason he looks so good is because he eats Purina One brand lamb and rice formula, which can help his skin and coat look better. It's the only one in your grocery store that combines real lamb with brewer's rice and other wholesome ingredients to bring out his natural shine. Now the problem is, I can't get him away from that mirror. Purina One, second to none. I've created a monster.
We now return to The Last Days of Patton, starring George C. Scott.
Tendon reflex is hyperactive in both lower extremities. A definite swelling in the C5 dermatome.
Sounds like I'm one step away from an autopsy.
Really, General?
That's not funny, George.
I'm sorry, Bee. I apologize for getting you out of this wild goose chase, Colonel. I'm particularly sorry since it looks like you won't be able to spend Christmas with your family.
Well, General, with all the kids underfoot, I don't think anybody will have time to miss me.
I don't believe that. You'll be missed all right.
Well, at the moment, the General seems to be in fairly stable condition. He's holding up remarkably well. Barring unforeseen complications, I think he's out of danger, as far as saving his life is concerned.
Gentlemen, I'm sure you realize that for all kinds of reasons, it's absolutely imperative that he survive. I don't care what it takes. Do whatever you can to keep him alive. Yes, what is it? All right, I'll tell him. Colonel, General Patton wants to see you. Alone.
You doctors amaze me.
How's that?
Repairing human wreckage the way you do. But I don't know if you'll be able to repair this wreck.
Well, we'll give it a try.
There's a hell of a lot at stake here.
Of course.
No, I don't mean just me. You see, I'm convinced that we'll be at war with Russia within 5 years. Maybe not the same kind of war as the last one. Not with this nuclear thing now. I see things changing, but war nevertheless. Those sons of bitches. They're gonna push us hard. If there is war, I've got to be around to fight, to lead soldiers. That's all I can do, but I'm the best. You understand? Damn it, Colonel, I don't need to just live. I need to live to fight.
I understand how you feel.
So, I want to know. I want you to tell me. What chance do I have to recover?
You're doing so much better than the usual patient with a cervical cord injury. Well, it's just impossible to give you a forthright answer. After all, if the cord's been severed or severely damaged at the moment of impact, your chance to recover would be very slight. On the other hand, if the cord was only slightly shaken up...
Will I ever ride a horse again?
No.
I see. And the best I have to hope for is semi-invalidism. Invalidism?
General.
Thank you, Colonel, for your honesty. I prize that in a man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you care to follow me into the conference room?
Oh, about time. Come on, let's go.
May we have it quiet, please? Thank you. As you know, this conference is being held in lieu of the regular bulletin, usually given at 6 p.m. This press interview is a major concession for the media, since we as doctors are essentially violating the sanctity of the physician and patient relations. And due to this fact, we may decline to answer those questions which we deem improper. I'd like to introduce Colonel Glenn Sperling. Colonel Sperling has served throughout the war as the chief neurosurgical consultant in Europe, and most of you are familiar with Major Kenneth Morgan, our public relations officer.
Yeah, sure are.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Paul Hill. I guess we can begin.
Colonel, can we... What color pajamas does the general wear? And are they his own or government issue?
Government issue.
Colonel,
look, over here, please.
I'd like to know if the general takes orange juice or grapefruit juice with his breakfast.
Orange juice.
Colonel. Is he using much profanity in the hospital? And could you give us some examples?
No, I couldn't.
Which of his nurses is his favorite?
I believe he has no favorites.
Does the general have a paralyzed...
Madam, please. Thank you.
Dear Ruth Ellen, I'm in my little room at the hospital, directly down the hall from your father's. I spend most of each day with him, reading aloud from the books he has loved through the years. It helps to take his mind off the present situation, and it helps me too. This willful and resolute man, flamboyant and egotistical, had flirted with destiny and frequently seduced fate. Now his long pursuit was yielding its supreme reward. He was passing into history. He knows how worried I am, whether I show it or not, and he tries to calm my fears.
After I meet him.
He's always said that I knew what was best for him. I wish to God I did now. He's in the hands of others, strangers to me. Thought there were no more worlds to conquer at the age of 33. Wellington was 44 at Waterloo, while Napoleon and Hannibal were burned out by the time they were 40. All I can do is watch helplessly as they keep him occupied with myriad discomforting chores. Shouting at the top of his voice, "Attack, you miserable cowards. What are you waiting for? You can't live forever." But we will ride out the storm together. He spared neither pain, care, nor trouble to arrive at his end, and this applied as much to little things as to great. He was, one might say, totally given over to his object. He always applied all his means, all his faculties, all his attention to the action or discussion of the moment.
Thank you, Bertha.
Into everything.
Yes. You see, Colonel, Napoleon was a man completely wrapped in his own destiny. A supreme egotist. An isolated, self-centered man who relied on himself alone. Go ahead, V.
Into everything he put passion. Hence the enormous advantage he had over his adversaries. For few people are entirely absorbed by one thought, or one action, or one moment.
What a prophet he was. He said there would be no independence or liberty without great armies. And look what has happened to what was the greatest army in history. Just 6 months ago, the American army is being disbanded.
All right, Georgie, it's time to stop. You'll tire yourself out. And you're supposed to listen, not to...
Bertha. I've just given him a mild sedative. Don't worry, he'll be all right now.
Thank you, Colonel.
Now, I'll be right down the hall. Just go easy on the talking, huh?
Yes, I will.
It provokes the congestion. And if you behave yourself, we'll get you into a neck and shoulder cast. And we'll get rid of these hooks, okay? Good night, Mrs. Patton.
Good night, Colonel.
You've always been at your best when the chips were down.
Shh. You heard what he said.
How long has it been? How many years?
You know, 35.
35. You put up with a lot from me, Bee. Any other woman would have left me a long time ago.
I'm not any other woman.
Oh, that's right, General. You've always been the most important person to me. There is no one else.
Georgie, you don't have to say anything.
The mark of gentility. Sweetheart. So much of your life has been spent waiting.
Georgie, do you remember when you landed in Africa? I can't describe my feelings when the news came over the radio that you had made your landing successfully. That you had done exactly what you wanted to do. And I thought, this man is his own star. He commands all light, all influence, all fate. And I knew there'd be months, maybe years of waiting, anxiety ahead of me. And yet all I could think of was your triumph. That the first jump was taken, that you'd never have to take it again. And I told myself, God is with us. He'll always be with us. And the thought that you loved me rang through my mind like a peal of bells. You loved me.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
This is Lysol Toilet Bowl Cleaner with a thick formula so powerful it's like having a brush in a bottle.
Oh, that's better. Is the coast clear? Yeah, look out!
This kind of power makes cleaning your toilet easier than ever before. Lysol Toilet Bowl Cleaner. It's like having a brush in a bottle.
You know you can get salmonella poisoning from bacteria in undercooked food, like some chicken or fish. But you can also get it if that bacteria has been spread around the kitchen. That's why there's new Lysol antibacterial kitchen cleaner. As it cleans, it kills the bacteria and keeps them from spreading, which may help keep you from getting sick. Get new Lysol antibacterial kitchen cleaner.
Presenting an average day in the life of an average American family.
They learned how to surf, walk, and talk all at the same time. I've ridden the fastest and the biggest waves ever ridden, and not many dads can say that.
I always tell the boys to drive safely, because pavement's a harder go down than water.
The water's flying over your head, and it's sparkling, and diamonds are flying.
We're a family, but we haven't exactly settled down.
After you clean your floor, does it feel sticky? Try new Mop and Glow Floor Cleaner. It cleans in one step and doesn't leave a sticky residue, so there's no need to rinse. With new Mop and Glow No Rinse Floor Cleaner, you won't get stuck having to rinse.
A&E's monthly magazine opens your eyes to the best in original biographies, mysteries, and specials. From complete highlights, in-depth reviews, and an array of collectibles, to fascinating articles, up-close interviews, even the challenge of a crossword. A&E Monthly is your connection to what's happening today. To order your 12 issues of the A&E Monthly for only $18 a year, 23 Canadian dollars, call 1-800-238-2800.
Meet the man behind Frankenstein. Kenneth Branagh is profiled in this month's issue. Also, a candid interview with Annette Funicello, a visit to beautiful St. Bart's, complete program listings, and more. Call now and receive a free CD of Mozart's greatest symphonies with your paid subscription.
Call 1-800-238-2800 for an engaging look at television's best.
Screening Room now continues with The Last Days of Patton.
As a youth, T.E. Lawrence thought nothing of reading half through the night, lying on a rug or mattress, a habit that had the convenience of allowing him to sleep where he lay.
Exactly what I did at Lake Vineyard as a boy. Just like Lawrence of Arabia.
By habit, too, he developed the faculty.
He's all right.
That's enough for now, anyway.
Did a fine job on the collar.
Is he eating his porridge like a good bear, Lieutenant?
No. But you're right about the bear part, Colonel.
A man must eat, General.
A man must eat, though every tree were a gallows.
There he goes again, talking like that. Shame on you.
This never ends.
Hang on, General.
I'm so tired of just hanging on.
I found this at the PX.
Why not? Doctor's orders. We'll add it to your regular medication.
But only 1 teaspoon when your condition calls for it.
We better keep this between us, huh? You tell the girls.
Good. Let's all have a drink for the Medal of Honor I never got. And from now on, buddy, I make you my official bartender.
Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Hodecker has been detained in the lab. She asked if you'd check her ward for her.
Oh, sure. I'll do it right now.
All right, thank you.
Do you men know what time it is?
Where's old Swivel Hips Hodecker?
She's been detained in the... Don't call her that.
Hey, Nursey, want to dance?
Very funny. Now get into bed, all of you, or I'll sick Nurse Hodecker on
See,
you.
Nurse, how's General Patton doing? Yeah, how is the old man? You're his nurse, aren't you?
He's doing just fine.
How are his spirits? Is he okay?
Well,
Yeah, I bet he's a real colorful character, eh?
Oh, he's colorful, all right. He won't take any nourishment now unless he gets some whiskey first.
Whiskey?
That's right.
What do you know?
Flat on his back, those awful hooks and all. And still he... No, that's enough.
Do you think he'll ever walk again?
I said that's enough. No more questions. Everybody turn in. And if you don't keep that radio off, I'll have Nurse Hodecker sit on it.
Lieutenant.
Good evening. Oh, Lieutenant Hodecker.
The Great Whiskey Rebellion. Poor Bertha. Don't be too hard on her.
Then you don't mind?
It's good for my reputation. Besides, I can use all the laughs I can get.
Oh, good. No harm, then. I'll drop by later. You comfortable?
Okay. I don't suffer, my friends. But I do feel a certain difficulty in existing.
You awake?
That you, Hap?
Well, Georgie, I hear you're improving.
Where'd you hear that? I tell you this.
A lot of lucky pheasants running around because of the fixed that, man.
Yeah. I have something to read to you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's a letter from Ike.
Forget it.
Whatever you say.
I don't want to hear it. Okay, go ahead, read it.
Dear George, you can imagine what a shock it was to me to hear of your serious accident. At first, I heard it on the basis of rumor and simply did not believe, thinking it only a story. I immediately wired Frankfurt and learned to my great distress that it was true. The real purpose of this note is simply to assure you that you will always have a job and not to worry about this accident closing out any of them for your selection. It is always difficult for me to express my true sentiments when I am deeply moved. You are never out of my thoughts, and my hopes and prayers are tied up in your speedy recovery. With warm personal regards, Mike.
All those years down the drain. What went wrong between us? Hap?
Yeah.
Where did you ever get the first name Hobart? I'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, George.
Yeah, come in.
You looking for me?
Now, we have a problem, Paul.
What?
Washington does not want General Patton to die in German soil. So we must prepare him for shipment back to the United States immediately.
That's impossible.
That's Washington.
Even if Patton were out of danger, which he isn't, he shouldn't be moved for at least another 6 weeks. Mobilization of plaster cast leads to embolism.
There must be some political benefit in having him die back home. What about all his soldiers who are buried in Germany? Wouldn't he want to be with them?
Patton would. Why? I don't get it. Well, General, looks like you'll be home for Christmas.
I'm looking forward to it. Doctor, even in this cement overcoat.
Looks good, Bill.
Thanks.
I'll make good ballast.
Yes, sir, that's for sure.
Just don't roll me down the hill.
We wouldn't do that.
Come in.
Oh, B.
Hello, Hap.
I just thought I'd check up on you. Are you holding up?
I guess so. Georgie's fooled everyone with his stamina and charm. All except Colonel Hill. I think he knows.
Knows what?
Georgie's slipping away. A little more each day. I can see him behind the bluff and bravado.
Don't say that.
There's something in the air. Something mysterious. Like enchantment, or the miracle of birth. Don't you feel it? I wish to God transitions weren't so painful. Parting. We're all fated to part. Why should it seem so sad, melting into memory? Anyway, I don't believe death is the end. I think we come back again and again until we learn whatever it is we're meant to learn. Otherwise, this existence would seem so pointless. Georgie is an ancient man, and he'll be back as long as the world needs a warrior soul.
B.
All these years, I've had to be the hard-fisted, tough military wife, facing every crisis like a soldier without emotion. But all the while, in here, I trembled for him. I'll see this through. I won't break. They're flying him to Boston before Christmas.
I know. Is that wise?
It's what he wants. It's what I want.
The Last Days of Patton will continue in a moment, here on A&E.
Some days, I get these really pounding headaches. I used to take Tylenol, but it didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I've been using Advil for a while now. I found that on my tough headaches, 2 Advil work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets. Better than extra-strength Tylenol caplets. Better than Tylenol gel caps. And you know, nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
These vegetables are about to be perfectly steamed, like food has never been steamed before, in the Black & Decker Handy Steamer. Because deliciously steamed food requires perfect timing.
We're comparing X14 soap scum remover to Lysol.
The Lysol left places where it didn't come off at all. But the X14 soap scum remover, I just wiped and it's gone.
Look for this money-saving coupon on X14 in Sunday's newspaper.
Somewhere on this earth, there is still a place where you can find cleaner, safer drinking water. Your kitchen. Pure, the only water filter that removes 93% of the lead in your water and automatically shuts itself off when the cartridge is full.
Got sports fans on your gift list? Give them the Babe, the Splendid Splinter, the Say Hey Kid. Call now to give them Baseball, Ken Burns' acclaimed film, now on video for 4 installments of $37. Call now and the hardbound 512-page companion book, a $60 value, is yours free. So give them Ken Burns' Baseball. Call now.
Call 1-800-847-7200 right now to give baseball. Call now.
The melodic sounds of Cole Porter.
Birds, do it. Be
the warm glow from a fine wine.
Even
the light from a Sylvania halogen 60-watt inner tungsten glass capsule A-line bulb.
Do it.
Just call us hopeless romantics. Sylvania, brilliant light.
Old soldiers never die.
The only thing we have to fear.
All of history, all in one place. Call your cable operator today to find out how you can get the History Channel.
Yoplait custard style. Low-fat yogurt, calcium-rich, with active yogurt cultures for active women. Smooth, creamy Yoplait. Do it for you.
And now the conclusion of the Last Days of Patton.
It's been 10 days since General George S. Patton met with that freak highway accident south of Frankfurt. Even with a broken neck, old Blood and Guts is apparently back in command, loudly demanding an occasional snort of whiskey from his pretty nurses. Word from inside sources is that Patton is now sitting up in bed and will soon be walking. Good luck to you, General, from all of us. This is the voice of Uncle Sam in Germany, Sam Strasser.
Fools.
Hello, George.
Oh. Bea and I are very happy that you're going to take us home. How do I look?
You look fine, George. Just fine.
You always were a lousy liar.
How's respiration?
Erratic.
It's that embolism I was afraid of. We can't make an aortic examination because of that cast.
What you're telling me, then, it's the beginning of the end.
You told us to level with you.
Oh, yes, I remember. How brave I was from a safe distance. You said there were new x-rays.
Yes, this morning.
And?
There's an embolism in the upper right lung. We don't know where it came from.
We've prescribed digitalis, saline drip, protein.
What is the matter with us? Why can't we let him go?
Were you dreaming?
I don't know. Something a long time ago, I think.
Dreams are elusive.
Catalina.
What?
My dream. Catalina.
Was I in it?
You? Of course not.
I don't believe you. I was there. And it was 1902, and you were a gangly boy, beanpole, and I was a tomboy. And we rode together all over that island. And before the summer was out, we had our understanding.
How did you know my dream? That's exactly what it was.
I was 15 then. I still played with dolls.
I was a child, and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea.
But we loved with a love that was more than love.
Beatrice?
Georgie, you had 2 beautiful horses. Do you remember? And all the boys, they envied you so.
Yeah. My father gave them to me.
Yes.
The black I named Galahad. Mm-hmm. And the brown was Marmion.
Marmion was such a fine horse. And what a beautiful heart.
I had a dog named Polvo who slept in Marmion's stall. I remember one night going down to the stable when I was supposed to be studying and lying in the straw beside Polvo and looking up at Marmion and thinking, I must be the luckiest boy in the world.
Georgie, you come back here?
It's too dark. I mean, too late.
Come in.
B. Sperling and I are going over to the officers' mess for dinner. Why don't you come along?
No, I should stay here.
You've got to eat something. Come on. Georgie's fast asleep. See? Look at him. He'll be all right.
All right.
Do you speak English?
Yeah.
We ask that you please remain on this floor only. No scuffling, no unnecessary conversations, and only 20 minutes tonight. We appreciate your coming. Everyone's been looking forward to it.
No. white, round yon virgin mother.
Papa.
Has Frankenstein's image changed over the years?
We'll follow the evolution of a much-loved monster next Sunday in an A&E special presentation. It's Alive, the true story of Frankenstein.
And now, some of the country's best comics come center stage.
Richard Jenny hosts Caroline's Comedy Hour, next on A&E.
A&E's Screening Room has been brought to you in part by the card, the American Express card, and by Black & Decker, the makers of Snake Light and other innovative household products.
Our banker was mortified. 2 successful lawyers, and you have a great law practice. What in the world do you want to lose all your money for? We're in show business. We're having fun.
Our dream is to open a restaurant in Rome.
We cannot wait until we have barbecue chicken pizza in Rome.
We have something like 4,000 employees now.
The American Express corporate card makes managing our business easier for them and easier for us.
The American Express corporate card can help you get a bigger slice of the pie.
Oh, well, I'm the kind of light that likes to bend around. You can point me left or right, or hang me upside down. But I'm not the kind of light you have to hang on to. Just use me when you need 3 hands, but you've got only 2, 'cause I'm the snake light. They call me the snake light.
It's the hands-free flexible flashlight, new from Black & Decker.
Yeah, well, the snake lights from Black & Decker. We get around, 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 around.
The battlefield of the first American dream. A world premiere event. The American Revolution, beginning November 27th on A&E.
I find that there's an incredible workforce here in this particular location.
This port is just perfect for Lillian Vernon because they can clear our goods in 24 hours.
The location is perfect for us. We sure can. We've expanded 6 times.
So far, we've had 3. We've got a wonderful symphony, you've got concerts.
You're not locked into some kind of a vertical office tower. Frankly, a day at the beach is not all bad either.
Life is just good in Virginia.
It's not only a nice place to work, but a nice place to live as well. One day in late November, early December,